Welcome to my channel Liberty Old Coin. Take a moment and talk about those little things in life that we tend to overlook. The things we handle every single day without a second thought. We are so busy rushing from one task to another, trying to get through our to-do lists. First up, we are going to focus on just one specific coin. This is not about a collection, a jar full of pennies, or a bag of mixed currencies. We are putting a single, solitary coin under the microscope. It is the 1976 Australian 10-cent piece that features Queen Elizabeth II on its front. We are not talking about a series of different coins, but one particular year, one specific denomination, and one unique opportunity. By zeroing in on just this single coin, we can truly understand its true potential and why it is so sought after by collectors. This is about the enormous value that can be packed into a tiny piece of metal, the size of a button. Keep your eyes peeled, because this one coin might just be the financial boost you have been waiting for. Now, let us dive into the rich history of this incredible little coin. This 10-cent piece was minted all the way back in 1976, a very specific era of Australian currency. On the front, which collectors call the obverse, you will see the elegant and iconic portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II, a design famously created by an artist named Arnold Machen. On the other side, the reverse, you will find the beautiful image of a lyrebird, which is the standard design for the Australian 10-cent coin. The coin itself is made of a durable metal mix of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that familiar silver color. The Royal Australian Mint in Canberra was the place where this coin was officially born, pressed into existence with thousands of others just like it in 1976. It was not meant to be a collector's item, but simply part of the country's everyday spending money. But if it was just regular money, why are we getting so excited about it today? The answer to that question lies in the story of its creation and the fascinating numbers behind it. You see, the Royal Australian Mint produced a massive total of 57,060,000 of these 10-cent coins for general circulation back in 1976. However, that is not the whole story. In the very same year, the Mint also produced a much smaller batch of these same coins, but with a special, high-quality finish known as a proof strike. Only 21,200 of these proof coins were ever made. A proof coin is struck multiple times with specially polished dies to create a sharp, mirror-like background and a frosted design, making it look much more impressive than a standard coin. This extremely limited number is the first major reason why your 1976 10-cent piece could be hiding a significant amount of value. However, the path to discovering this coin's true worth goes much deeper than just a high-quality finish. It is the extremely rare errors that can send the value of this coin skyrocketing to incredible heights. Imagine a scenario where something went slightly wrong at the mint, a tiny mistake that turned a regular coin into a unique piece of history. For example, there are known instances of a 1976 10-cent coin being struck on a planchet, which is the metal blank, that was meant for a different coin, like a 5-cent piece. Think about the value of a coin that was accidentally born from the wrong materials. Furthermore, there are bizarre errors like a split planchet error, where the coin's metal blank actually split before or during the striking process. There is even a documented case of 40 blank 10-cent pieces that were stolen and ended up in poker machines, an incredible story that adds to the mystique of this coin. These mint-made mistakes are the holy grail for collectors, and they make a standard coin transform into a priceless artifact. So, we have established that these coins can be incredibly valuable, but let us talk about the actual dollars and cents. This is the part where we discuss the maximum price you could realistically expect to sell this coin for. If you were to find a standard, circulated 1976 10-cent coin in your change today, it is not going to make you a millionaire. A coin that has been worn down by daily use is typically worth only its face value, which is a mere 10 cents. However, the moment you move into uncirculated or proof condition, the numbers start to change dramatically. According to verified coin price guides, an uncirculated coin graded as MS64 can be valued at $3.80, while an MS65 graded coin can be worth $7.40. These numbers are already a nice return on your original 10 cents, but this is just the starting line for this coin's potential. But hold on, because we are not stopping at $7. As the condition gets more pristine, the price continues to climb. An uncirculated 1976 10-cent coin that receives a professional grade of MS66 can jump in value to $11.40. If you are lucky enough to have an MS67 graded coin, that value can increase even further to $15.40. $15 from a single 10-cent coin is a fantastic profit, but for the truly obsessive collector, the numbers get even more interesting. The standard 1976 proof coin, which was sold only in special mint sets, can command a premium over these mint state coins. While the face value is minimal, a high-grade proof coin will easily exceed the value of even the best uncirculated business strike coin. Now we are getting into the serious league, the kind of money that makes you stop and look twice at your spare change. Recent market data and auction results show that some of these 1976 10-cent coins are selling for far more than those guide prices. There are documented sales where a single, high-grade 1976 10-cent coin has fetched as much as $50 Australian. $50 from a coin that was originally designed to be worth 10 cents. That is an incredible 500 times its original value. And if you think that is impressive, listen to this. For the absolute rarest of the rare, the error coins we talked about earlier, the sky is quite literally the limit. While a specific 1976 error coin might not have a fixed price, similar Australian error coins from other years have sold at auction for $850, and even as high as $2,800. So, for a pristine, certified error coin from 1976, the maximum potential selling price could easily reach into the thousands of dollars. This is where we separate the casual spender from the savvy treasure hunter. The key to unlocking this incredible value lies entirely in the coin's condition and its story. That $50 value is not for a coin you found scratched up on the sidewalk. It is for a coin that is in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition, often called mint state. Collectors pay a huge premium for coins that have survived the last 5 decades without a single blemish, scratch, or sign of wear. If you happen to find a complete, unopened mint roll of these 1976 10-cent coins from the Royal Australian Mint, that whole roll of 40 coins can be sold for around $55. While that is an average of just over $1 per coin, the real jackpot is if you carefully sort through that roll and find one perfectly struck, high-grade coin that could be submitted for professional grading. Next coin, Australia 10-cent Elizabeth II coin 1978. At first glance, it may look like just another small silver-colored coin lost in a drawer or forgotten inside an old collection, but collectors across the world continue searching for older Australian decimal coins because some pieces have quietly become extremely desirable. The 1978 Australian 10-cent coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and represents an important era in Australia's modern currency history. Many people ignore these coins every day without realizing that certain high-grade examples and rare collector condition pieces can command impressive prices in today's coin market. The story of this coin begins during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, when Australia's decimal currency system was already becoming part of everyday life. The Australian 10-cent coin was introduced years earlier in 1966, replacing older pre-decimal currency, and by 1978, the coin had become one of the most recognized pieces of Australian money. Even though millions were produced, collectors know that age alone is not the only factor that creates value. Condition, rarity in top grades, mint quality, and collector demand can turn an ordinary-looking coin into a hidden treasure. The reverse side of the 1978 Australian 10-cent coin features the famous lyrebird design created by renowned artist Stuart Devlin. The lyrebird is one of Australia's most iconic native birds, admired for its beautiful tail feathers and remarkable mimicry abilities. This elegant design helped make the coin memorable and instantly recognizable. Many coin collectors believe the classic Australian wildlife designs are among the finest in the world, and that admiration continues driving interest in older decimal coins today. One reason collectors become excited about the 1978 coin is because surviving examples in brilliant uncirculated condition are becoming harder to find. Most coins from that year entered daily circulation and spent decades passing through shops, pockets, banks, and cash registers. Scratches, fatting, dents, and wear destroyed the appearance of many pieces over time. Because of this, sharply preserved coins with strong detail and bright surfaces can attract serious attention from buyers. In today's market, ordinary circulated examples may sell for a modest amount, but higher quality versions can reach far more impressive prices. Collectors especially search for coins with exceptional shine, strong strikes, and minimal marks. Some premium uncirculated examples have sold for amounts ranging from $50 to over $500 depending on condition, grading certification, and collector competition. Special proof versions produced for collectors can sometimes reach even higher prices in auctions when demand becomes intense. What truly excites many coin hunters is the possibility of discovering a rare variation or unusually preserved specimen. A coin that appears ordinary to one person could become highly valuable to another collector searching for a missing date or superior quality piece. Auction records over the years have shown that Australian decimal coins in elite condition can rise dramatically in value once collectors begin competing aggressively for ownership. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side also adds historic importance to the coin. For decades, her image appeared on Australian currency and became connected to an entire generation of history. Coins featuring earlier portraits of the Queen often gain additional collector appeal as time passes because they represent a specific era of Australia and the Commonwealth. Many collectors enjoy assembling full date sets, and the 1978 10-cent piece remains an important part of those collections. Coin grading plays a major role in determining the future value of a 1978 Australian 10-cent coin. A heavily worn example may only attract casual interest, but a coin graded at the highest mint state levels can become dramatically more valuable. Tiny differences in scratches, luster, and strike quality can create enormous price gaps between coins from the same year. That is why professional grading services continue receiving submissions from collectors hoping their coins may achieve premium grades. Many experts believe older Australian decimal coins are gaining stronger attention worldwide because coin collecting itself continues expanding online. Videos, auctions, collector forums, and social media have introduced millions of people to rare coin hunting. Younger collectors are now searching bank rolls, inherited collections, and forgotten jars hopping to uncover valuable Australian coins from past decades. This growing interest could continue pushing prices higher in future years. Another factor supporting long-term value is nostalgia. People who grew up using these coins often enjoy collecting them later in life. The 1978 10-cent coin represents a period when cash dominated everyday transactions and coins carried strong cultural familiarity. As digital payments continue replacing physical currency, older coins may become even more desirable as historical artifacts connected to Australia's past. Some collectors specifically search for coins with unusual minting characteristics. Strong strikes, die variations, or coins with exceptional eye appeal can attract premium offers from buyers. While not every 1978 coin contains a famous error, the excitement of potentially discovering something rare keeps collectors motivated. That possibility alone continues driving attention toward older decimal currency. The Australian 10-cent coin was struck using copper-nickel composition, giving it durability and its recognizable silver appearance. Because these coins were made for heavy circulation, many survived for decades. However, survival alone does not guarantee quality. Truly outstanding examples with original mint brilliance are far scarcer than many people realize, which is why collectors can pay substantial amounts for superior pieces. Some auction houses have seen intense bidding wars over elite condition Australian decimal coins. When wealthy collectors compete to complete high-grade sets, prices can rise surprisingly fast. A coin originally worth only 10 cents decades ago can suddenly command hundreds or even thousands of dollars if it possesses exceptional rarity in certified condition. That possibility keeps excitement alive throughout the collecting community. The future potential of the 1978 Australian 10-cent coin continues attracting attention because collector demand rarely stays constant. Coins once overlooked can suddenly surge in popularity after media exposure, online discussions, or record-breaking auction sales. If demand for vintage Australian decimal currency keeps increasing, premium examples of the 1978 coin could become even more valuable in coming years. Many people discover these coins accidentally inside old family collections inherited from parents or grandparents. What once seemed like ordinary spare change can suddenly reveal hidden historical and financial importance. Stories of rare coins selling for astonishing amounts continue inspiring new collectors every year, and that excitement encourages people to carefully inspect every old Australian coin they find. The maximum future value of a 1978 Australian 10-cent coin depends heavily on rarity, preservation, and market demand. Common circulated examples may remain affordable, but elite specimens with near-perfect quality could potentially climb far beyond current expectations. Some collectors believe top-tier certified examples may eventually achieve prices in the thousands of dollars if collector competition continues growing internationally. Professional coin photography and online auction platforms have also changed the market dramatically. Today, a collector in Australia can instantly sell to buyers in the United States, Europe, or Asia. This global access increases competition for rare coins and helps stronger examples achieve higher prices than ever before. The internet has transformed local collectibles into worldwide opportunities. For many collectors, the thrill is not only about money but also about history and discovery. Holding a 1978 Australian 10-cent coin means holding a real piece of Australia's past. Every scratch, shine, and detail tells part of a story that stretches across decades of circulation and ownership. That emotional connection often makes collectors willing to pay premium prices for coins with exceptional quality and visual appeal. Some experienced collectors recommend storing valuable coins inside protective holders to preserve condition and avoid fingerprints or environmental damage. Even small improvements in preservation can make a major difference in future value. A coin kept safely for years may eventually become far more desirable than one left exposed to wear and moisture. The fascination surrounding Australian decimal coins continues expanding because many collectors believe hidden treasures are still waiting to be discovered. Every year, people uncover forgotten coins inside old tins, drawers, wallets, and estate collections. The dream of finding a valuable 1978 Australian 10-cent coin keeps collectors searching with excitement and optimism. Australia 10-cent Elizabeth II coin 1978 remains one of those coins that combines history, royal connection, collectible beauty, and future potential all in one small piece of metal. Whether discovered in circulation or preserved inside a collection, this coin continues attracting attention from people who believe vintage Australian currency may hold surprising value. As collector demand grows and premium examples become harder to locate, The possibility of this coin reaching remarkable prices in the future keeps the excitement alive for coin hunters everywhere. Second coin, the 1979 Australian 10-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, is one of those fascinating coins that many people ignore at first, but serious collectors continue hunting year after year. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary pocket coin, but hidden behind its silver shine is a story connected to Australian history, royal heritage, and the booming world of coin collecting. Some collectors spend years searching for high-grade examples because certain well-preserved pieces have sold for impressive prices in auctions and online collector markets. Coins in Australia, Com+1. The moment you hold this coin in your hand, you are holding a piece of Australia from 1979, a time when the country was growing economically, and modern Australian decimal currency had become deeply connected to everyday life. The coin carries the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the front, designed by Arnold Machin, while the reverse displays the famous superb lyrebird created by Stuart Devlin, one of Australia's most respected coin designers. Coins in Australia, Com+1. Collectors love this coin because it belongs to the classic era of Australian decimal coins introduced after the currency transition of 1966. The Australian 10-cent coin itself was first introduced on February 14, 1966, when Australia officially adopted decimal currency. The 1979 edition became part of that continuing tradition and carried the same iconic design that millions of Australians recognized instantly. Wikipedia. What makes the 1979 version exciting today is the growing interest in vintage Queen Elizabeth II coins around the world. After the end of the Elizabethan era, collectors began paying even more attention to coins carrying her portrait. Many people now search old jars, drawers, and inherited collections, hoping to discover older Australian coins in exceptional condition, because demand from collectors keeps increasing internationally. The current value of the 1979 Australian 10-cent coin depends heavily on condition, rarity, and whether the coin has unusual mint features or proof quality. Standard circulated coins may sell for small amounts, but high-grade mint-state examples have reached prices around $10 to $14 or even more among collectors searching for premium quality coins. Coins in Australia, Com+1. Some collectors believe that special era varieties or perfectly preserved specimens could become far more valuable in the future. In the coin world, condition changes everything. A scratched and worn coin might look ordinary, but a sharp, uncirculated example with strong details and brilliant luster can attract serious bidding wars online and at auctions. One of the reasons collectors admire this coin is its beautiful lyrebird design. The superb lyrebird is one of Australia's most famous native birds, known for its incredible ability to mimic sounds from nature and even machines. By placing this bird on the reverse side, Australia celebrated its wildlife and national identity through everyday money. Wikipedia. The coin was produced using a copper-nickel alloy with a milled edge, weighing around 5.66 grams and measuring 23.6 millimeters in diameter. Those technical details may sound simple, but coin experts carefully inspect these exact specifications when authenticating valuable examples. Coins in Australia, Com+1. During 1979, millions of these coins entered circulation across Australia. Yet over time, many became damaged, scratched, lost, or melted into history. That is exactly why collectors today become excited when they discover one in exceptional condition. Surviving pristine examples are becoming harder to locate every year. There are also proof versions of the 1979 Australian 10-cent coin that were specially made for collectors rather than daily circulation. Proof coins usually have mirror-like surfaces and sharper details, making them far more attractive to serious numismatists. Those versions can command much higher prices than regular circulation coins. Coins in Australia, +1. The popularity of Australian coins has expanded worldwide thanks to YouTube collectors, online auctions, and social media communities, where people constantly share rare discoveries. Videos discussing valuable Australian 10-cent coins regularly attract thousands of viewers who dream of finding hidden treasures in spare change. YouTube +1. Many buyers specifically search for older Elizabeth II Australian coins because they represent a historical era that has officially ended. That emotional connection increases collector demand. Some collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying memories, royal history, and a connection to the past. Imagine opening an old family box and discovering a shining 1979 Australian 10-cent coin hidden between forgotten papers. At first it might seem like an ordinary coin, but after researching its collector demand, you suddenly realize you could be holding a small treasure that coin enthusiasts around the world are actively searching for. The coin also symbolizes Australia's evolution after decimalisation. Before 1966, Australians used pounds, shillings, and pence. The introduction of decimal currency modernized the economy, and the 10-cent coin became one of the most recognized symbols of that transformation. Wikipedia. Some high-end collectors carefully store these coins in protective capsules, keeping away dust, fingerprints, and moisture because preservation directly impacts future value. A perfectly preserved coin decades from now could become dramatically more desirable than heavily circulated examples. The market for collectible coins is driven by emotion, scarcity, and presentation. That is why a simple 10-cent coin can suddenly attract intense attention if it has unusual features, proof quality, or flawless surfaces. The thrill of discovering such a coin keeps collectors constantly searching. Across online marketplaces, collector forums, and auction sites, buyers continue looking for rare Australian decimal coins. Even younger collectors are entering the hobby because coin collecting combines history, treasure hunting, and investment potential into one exciting passion. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II gives this coin additional prestige because her image appeared on coins across many nations for decades. Coins bearing her portrait are now seen as part of an important global historical period, making them attractive not only in Australia but internationally as well. Some experts believe vintage Australian coins could continue increasing in popularity as fewer untouched examples survive. Every year, more coins become damaged or disappear into private collections, making beautiful examples even harder to find for future buyers. For many people, the real excitement begins with curiosity. Someone notices an old silver-colored coin dated 1979, searches its background online, and suddenly enters the fascinating world of coin collecting where ordinary pocket change can transform into something surprisingly valuable. The 1979 Australian 10-cent Elizabeth II coin is more than just currency. It is a historical artifact connected to Australian identity, royal history, and the thrill of hidden treasure hunting. Whether discovered in an inherited collection, an old drawer, or a forgotten piggy bank, this coin continues capturing the imagination of collectors who believe the next great find could still be waiting out there somewhere. Coins in Australia, +2.